Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the Burning River Browns Talk. It is Wednesday, March 13th at 8:30 a.m. And you know what that means? That means it's time for Burning River Browns Talk. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. Thank you. I appreciate you guys doing that. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. This is for the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of Fans First. We always do appreciate you being there, and we appreciate each and every one of you that comment and have questions and comments or concerns with any of the articles and material that we do. Guys, it's been an interesting week for the Browns, to say the least. That's what I'm calling to update you on. Really, to discuss the backup quarterback, because the Browns made a decision. They made a football decision yesterday, and that decision was to sign Jameis Winston to a 1 year contract with mostly incentives to it, to worth up to $8.7 million. He's brought in to be the backup. There's not going to be a controversy this year. There's not going to be talk of Joe Flacco should start over Watson. There's not going to be chance or anything for somebody else. They just wanted to move on, to be honest with you. And I feel, just initially looking at this, that this was the right football decision to make. Deshaun Watson was brought in to be the franchise quarterback. Before I get any further into that, let me take a moment here to pause for a word from our sponsors. Okay, we're back. Back to the point that I was making. Thank you for the word from our sponsors. We have bills to pay. Back to the point that I was making about the quarterback. Deshaun Watson's the guy. He's going to be the guy. There's going to be no doubt about it. We're going into training camp. We're going into this offseason to get Deshaun Watson healthy and in the best possible position for success. That is what would behoove the organization. That was what would behoove the team. No BS, nothing else. Joe Flacco did a great job last year. Thank you. We appreciate it. Keep in mind, the man's 39 years old. The man has the propensity to throw interceptions, and it showed in the Houston playoff game. But he also makes great plays too. Chicago game last year at home, when I was at that game, it showed it, because I remember leaving that game saying, "How did we win this game when we shouldn't have?" But we did. And Flacco did a lot of great things, and he led us to a playoff season. Can't complain. I thank you very much, Joe. We really do. We appreciate it. But the good things, good organizations know when it's time to move on. And I think the Browns are two steps ahead of a lot of people. And I'm not just waving pom poms and cheering for the Browns because I'm a fan. I'm seeing the writing on the wall as well. You're investing a lot of money and a lot of time into Deshaun Watson. There's 3 years left on this contract. You've already restructured it. You're probably going to restructure again later this year. You got to make it work. You're invested in it. You're in. So make it work and see what happens. Other signings to go over right now. Um, Shelby Harris is back, so they're running back the same defensive line practically minus Jordan Elliott. So we do need a defensive tackle. I am hoping to sign DJ Reader. As of me recording it this morning, I didn't see any news of him signing anywhere. I'm hoping they get another linebacker as well. There's also some offensive line depth signings, which is great. And they did sign a running back that was formerly with Buffalo, and he was a good return person. He spent time in Indianapolis, so he has familiarity with Bubba Ventrone as well as Ken Dorsey. It's Hines is the running back that signed, so he's also could be used as a return, a kickoff returner. So with the new rules and everything, I think it was a good idea to bring a veteran in to do that. You wouldn't be surprised to see a few more signings, but nothing earth shattering. I think DJ Reader could be had, but I also would expect them to supplement talent with the draft. I don't see a whole lot of moves happening otherwise. I don't see them overpaying for anybody, which is what smart organizations do. They're in a win now mode, but they're not in insane desperation win now mode. They have a great roster. This is a roster that started PJ Walker and beat the 49ers last year. This is the same roster that went into Baltimore and beat Baltimore and Baltimore last year. So we definitely have a great organization. We have a great opportunity to win and contend for the next few years to come, and it's sustainable. Take a breath, folks. It's only the beginning of the off season. It's only the middle of March, and we're ready to go. So in about 6 months, this team's going to be taking the field for the regular season. About a little bit less than 5 months, it'll be taking the field for preseason games. Just keep an eye on what's happening and make the judgment for yourself. Any other news that's going to be happening, we'll do what we can to keep you upbeat and up to date on this. Also, I wanted to say that my article today is about why the backup quarterback always seems to be the most popular. That's because people think it's a quick fix, in other words. So, going back in history, it's you could take names and dates out of articles going back 30 years ago, and you wouldn't know if it was from 30 years ago or today, from any city, pretty much. It happens, especially if the team's not performing up to expectations. And my advice to the Browns and my advice to Deshaun Watson would be don't give people a reason to call for the backup quarterback. Go out and just get it done. And I think he will. I think he's going to heal nicely, and I think he's ready to go. If there was an issue with it, the Browns would have found a better backup or more of an insurance policy. Maybe they would have went harder after Jacoby Brissett. I think they're confident he'll be back and healthy and ready to go. Also, seeing what they might do with running back, I think I think Nick Chubb's doing very well too. I think he's going to be ready to go, but probably not until week 4 or 5. I think it would be safe to do. He had a similar knee injury like this in Georgia. He was much younger. He bounced back nicely from that. So let's see how he bounced back from this. I hope he comes back and he's healthy and he's contributing, especially by the second half of the season, because that's when we're going to need him when the weather gets bad. But folks, that's almost it here for the Burning River Browns talk today. Please, like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate you coming with me here every morning. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and we're going to talk more about offensive game planning and how I think play calling and criticism. Play calling is the critiquing of play calling is really overrated, and criticism of play calling itself is almost intellectually lazy. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and sharing your time with me every morning. And I'm going to be back. Thank you. And always, like I said, always remember when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Thank you.